Dr. Y. Sarada, Professor, Department of Mathematics, Anna University. Her area of specialization is applied probability and stochastic modeling. She has about 25 research publications in national and international journals. She has guided students for research projects. She has delivered lectures in her area of specialization in many institutions.
Welcome to the UGC lecture series on queuing and reliability. We are presently looking into the queuing theory. We got started with the Markovian queuing models. We are in the first model, namely a single server model with infinite capacity, and there is no restriction on the source from where the customers come from. As a quick recap, we got started with the generalized queuing model with the notation Mn Mn1 Gd infinity infinity, and the arrivals and departures are Poisson processes. The rates are lambda and mu. For the MM1 queuing model, they are constants, they are not state dependent, and the mean inter-arrival and the service times are respectively 1 by lambda and 1 by mu. So, in the generalized Poisson queuing model, namely the Mn1 queuing model, we started with the balance equations and then we went on to derive the differential difference equation in the case when n equal to 0, n equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. We derived the Pn steady state probabilities as lambda naught, lambda 1, lambda 2 into lambda n minus 1 divided by mu 1, mu 2 and so on mu n into P naught. P naught is given by 1 by 1 plus lambda naught by mu 1 plus lambda naught into lambda 1 by mu 1 mu 2 and so on to infinity. So, we substituted lambda n rates as lambda arrival rate and the departure rate or the service rate is mu n, which is for this model defined as mu. So, we substituted these rates in the generalized Poisson queuing model, namely Pn, and we obtained rho equal to lambda and mu. Then P naught is given by 1 minus rho and Pn is given by rho power n into 1 minus rho. Rho less than 1 tallies with the theory, namely lambda is less than mu, so that the arrival rate is less than the service rate, so that the queue will not blow up. So, this is the expression for the steady state probability of finding n customers in the system as rho power n into 1 minus rho when rho is less than 1. So, the steady state characteristics were discussed only when the case rho less than 1. We went on to find the performance measures LS, which gives us the expected system size, namely number of customers present in the system in the steady state on an average. So, that was defined as sigma n equal to 0 to infinity n into Pn. We obtained that expression as rho by 1 minus rho. And then we saw LQ, which is the expected number of customers in the queue. So, it is the on an average queue size in the steady state. So, this was defined as sigma n equal to 1 to infinity n minus 1 into Pn, where Pn is again the probability of finding n customers in the system. So, this we simplified to be LQ equal to rho square by 1 minus rho. And I said that you can always write the expressions for LS or LQ in terms of either completely in terms of rho, or you can also use lambdas and mu's, because we know that rho is lambda by mu. Substitute that there and you can write the expressions in the terms of lambda and mu, namely the arrival rate and the departure rate. Next, we have using Little's formula, we said Ws is Ls by lambda. So, Ls was rho by 1 minus rho and we have by lambda. So, we cancel out that lambda in the numerator and the denominator to get 1 by mu into 1 minus rho. And similarly, Wq was given by using Little's formula Lq by lambda, which is equal to rho square by 1 minus rho into 1 by lambda, because LQ was obtained as rho square by 1 minus rho. So, when you divide this by lambda, we get rho into 1 by mu times 1 minus rho. So, these are the expressions for the performance measures of the MM1 queuing model, namely the single server Markovian queuing model. Next, suppose we have some kind of restriction in the accommodation of the customers in the system. So, in that case, what we do is only a portion of the arrivals can get into the system. So, we consider the arrival rate to be a portion of the original arrival rate, which in general we are assuming it to be lambda. So, we take that lambda effective, that is the new arrival rate, we define it as lambda effective, which is equal to the effective arrival rate for those who join the system. So, this is given as the following: lambda effective is proportional to lambda, which in turn implies that lambda effective is equal to beta times lambda. So, we are removing the proportionality by introducing the constant of proportionality, where this beta is once again lies between 0 and 1. So, it is a fraction. So, a fraction of the original arrival rate takes place here, can be used here. Now, using this new arrival rate, namely the effective arrival rate, the performance measures are written as, using Little's formula, Ls is equal to lambda effective into Ws and Lq is equal to lambda effective into Wq. In other words, we can write this lambda effective as mu times Ls minus Lq, or else this can be written as Ls minus Lq is lambda effective by mu. Originally we had rho to be lambda by mu, now we have Ls minus Lq to be equal to lambda effective by mu. Further, if we see the expected queue size, okay, when you have a non-empty queue. So, there would be situations where we need to find the expected queue size when you know that for sure that the system is non-empty, namely particularly the queue is non-empty. So, how do we go about obtaining the performance measures in that case? So, we are interested in obtaining LQ dash, we define it. So, the notation used is LQ dash, which is defined as expectation of NQ. NQ is a random variable denoting the number of customers in the steady state in the queue. So, under the condition that NQ is not equal to 0. So, that is the queue is non-empty. So, always these performance measures are discussed in the steady state on an average basis. So, we have this expectation here, and now we have, but in usually LQ, namely the expected queue size in the steady state is defined as sigma n equal to 1 to infinity n minus 1 into Pn. But then now LQ dash is defined as sigma n equal to 2 to infinity n minus 1 into Pn dash. What is this Pn dash? Pn dash is written as probability of n customers in the system subject to n is greater than or equal to 2. Why this n greater than or equal to 2? We want the queue to be non-empty. When is the queue non-empty? There is a customer who is getting served with the server, then still the queue can be empty. So, there should be one more customer in the system which takes the total to be 2. So, only when 2 customers minimum are there in the system, the queue will get formed. That is, you will say that the queue is non-empty. So, we need this condition that the number of customers present in the system is greater than or equal to 2. So, on an average, we are finding the expected queue size when the system is or the queue is non-empty. So, we have this LQ dash equal to sigma n equal to 2 to infinity n minus 1 into Pn dash. Pn dash is written as probability of n in the system given that n is greater than or equal to 2. So, this is rewritten as Pn divided by probability of n greater than or equal to 2. But what is probability of n greater than or equal to 2? Write in terms of its complement. So, we have 1 minus probability of n is less than 2. Less than 2 is the case when you can have no customer or one customer. So, they are mutually exclusive. We add up those probabilities. So, in this case P of n less than 2 is written as P naught plus P1, either no customer or one customer. So, we have probability of n greater than or equal to 2 to be equal to 1 minus P naught minus P1. So, now how to calculate this P naught plus P1? So, we will see that. So, Pn for this model we have seen that this is equal to 1 minus rho into rho power n. So, this is the case when n equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. Now, what we wanted is P naught plus P1. So, what is P naught? Already we know when n equal to 0 we have P naught plus P1 is P naught is 1 minus rho into rho per 0 which is 1 plus when n equal to 1 it is rho into 1 minus rho. Now, adding up this is nothing but 1 minus rho plus rho minus rho square. So, rho and rho gets cancelled, we are getting this as 1 minus rho square. And what we have in the denominator there, namely probability of n greater than or equal to 2, we wrote it as 1 minus probability of n less than 2, and this was rewritten as 1 minus P naught, no customer in the system, that corresponds to n equal to 0. So, this is 1 minus probability of n equal to 0 or probability of n equal to 1. So, what we are writing that as 1 minus P naught minus P1. But in this step we have got P naught plus P1 to be equal to 1 minus rho square. Plug in that expression there, we have this is 1 minus of 1 minus rho square and we end up with rho square. So, this is the expression we have out here. So, now go back to this expression. So, now we substitute in LQ dash as LQ dash is equal to Pn by, we got it as 1 minus P naught minus P1 which is nothing but Pn by rho square. But we know that Pn is in this model, this is equal to 1 minus rho into rho power n. And we said, we will go back to this expression. Here LQ dash is sigma n equal to 2 to infinity n minus 1 into Pn dash. So, we will plug in this expression of Pn dash and write this as sigma n equal to 2 to infinity n minus 1 into Pn dash. Pn dash is now Pn divided by rho square. So, 1 by rho square into summation n equal to 2 to infinity n minus 1 times Pn. Pn is rho power n into 1 minus rho, and take that 1 minus rho out. So, it will be 1 minus rho by rho square into sigma n equal to 2 to infinity n minus 1 into rho power n. Now, supply the values of n and see the expansion how it goes. So, this is 1 minus rho by rho square into, when 2 is there for n, then we have its rho square. When n equal to 3, we have 2 into rho cube plus 3 times rho power 4 and so on to infinity. So, now you see that here rho square is common, take that rho square out. So, this is rewritten as 1 minus rho by rho square into rho square can be taken out. So, I have the first term is 1 plus 2 rho plus 3 rho square and so on to infinity. We will take a short break. Welcome back after the break. We were looking into LQ dash, the average size of the Q when the system is non-empty. The notation used was LQ dash. So, we wrote this as sigma n equal to 2 to infinity n minus 1 into Pn by rho square. Pn dash is Pn by rho square, and this is equal to sigma n equal to 2 to infinity n minus 1 into rho power n into 1 minus rho by rho square. We took out that 1 minus rho by rho square, both independent of n. So, sigma n equal to 2 to infinity n minus 1 into rho power n. Now, expand this series. We said first term when n equal to 2, we have 1 into rho square, plus when n equal to 3, it is 2 into rho cube plus 3 into rho power 4 and so on to infinity. Now, the rho square is common in this, and we have been saying that we always try to look at the series so that it is one of the known series, either it is a geometric series or it could be a binomial series. So, we see that the first term is 1. So, remove this rho square factor out, which is common to all the terms, and we rewrite this as 1 minus rho by rho square into rho square times 1 plus 2 rho plus 3 rho square and so on to infinity. Now, we see that this series is nothing but we have been using it. So, 1 minus rho by rho square into rho square. So, these two get cancelled, fine, into this is nothing but 1 minus rho the whole power minus 2. So, we end up in getting this as 1 by 1 minus rho. Again we know that rho is less than 1. Thus, we have LQ dash is equal to 1 by 1 minus rho. So, this is what we had the expression for LQ dash. Thus, we have LQ dash is equal to 1 by 1 minus rho, which is equal to mu by mu minus lambda, because we have used rho is equal to lambda by mu, and we get that as mu by mu minus lambda. So, this is the expression for LQ dash, namely the expected Q size of a non-empty Q. Anymore, we will see a few examples for this MM1 GD infinity queuing model, namely the single server Markovian queuing model. The first example says that suppose a telephone booth with Poisson arrivals spaced 10 minutes apart on the average and exponential call length averaging 3 minutes. Estimate the fraction of a day that the phone will be in use. Find the average number of units in the system. So, it is said that the telephone booth with Poisson arrivals and spaced 10 minutes apart, that is time between any two consecutive arrivals is 10 minutes. So, the on an average it is given, that is the mean is given, similarly of the inter-arrival time, and similarly the exponential call length is averaging 3 minutes. So, the means of the two inter-event times, namely the inter-arrival and the inter-service times have been given. We will see this. So, the problem that is given here is that of a single server model, because one telephone booth is there and the arrivals and the departures are Poisson processes, and because the information has been given through the inter-event time, namely exponential distribution, and the respective rates are given, and nothing is mentioned about a restriction on the capacity of the system or the source of the population. So, in this case we have a MM1 GD infinity infinity model. Let us see how to go about answering these questions given here. For initially we have to decode the arrival rate and the departure rate. We will see that inter-arrival time was given as 10 minutes. The mean service time rather has been given as 10 minutes. We know that for an exponential distribution we have the mean to be inversely proportional to the parameter lambda. If the random variable x is exponential with parameter lambda, then we have E of x to be equal to 1 by lambda. So, similarly here we have been given that lambda is 1 by 10, the mean is 10 minutes. So, lambda is 1 by the mean reciprocal. So, we have 1 by 10, so which is 0.1 arrivals per minute. Similarly, the service time has been given as 3 minutes, average call length is 3 minutes. So, the service time is 3 minutes. So, we have again that is the mean which has been given. So, we take mu to be 1 by 3, the reciprocal. So, we have 0.33 services per minute. That is the information about the what we can decode is about the arrival and the service rates. The question asked is the fraction of a day that the phone will be busy. That is called, in other words, the traffic intensity. So, this is the given by rho, which is lambda by mu. So, which is coming to 0.3. Similarly, the average number of units in the system has been asked. Now, rho is lambda by mu, 0.3 which is less than 1. So, we can definitely discuss the steady state measures, namely the performance measures that we have seen little earlier, namely LS, LQ, WS, WQ and so on. But here what is asked is in this question is LS. So, the average number of units in the system is given by LS, which is lambda by mu minus lambda. So, plug in the expressions, we get 0.43. In the next example, we have customers arrive at a one-man barber shop according to a Poisson process with the mean inter-arrival time of 12 minutes. Customers spend an average of 10 minutes in the barber's chair. What is the expected number of customers in the barber shop and in the queue? This is the first subdivision. So, what has been given to us is customers arrive at a barber shop. So, at a one-man barber shop. So, single server model, and these arrivals take place according to a Poisson process. So, Markovian arrivals with the mean inter-arrival time of 12 minutes. So, the service time or the inter-arrival time mean is given to be 12 minutes. So, we have the rate to be inversely proportional to this. So, lambda will be 1 by 12 per minute, and next customers spend an average of 10 minutes in the barber's chair. So, the service time mean is given by 10 minutes. So, mu will be 1 by 10. The question is, what is the expected number of customers in the barber shop? Barber shop is the system and in the queue is directly asked. We will see how to answer this. So, lambda as I said is given by 1 by 12 and mu is 1 by 10. Now, rho defined as lambda by mu is 5 by 6. We see that 5 by 6 is less than 1. So, the steady state measures can be discussed and hence we can find what LS is. So, LS is given by rho by 1 minus rho for this model. So, plug in the expressions, we have LS to be 5 persons and LQ has been asked. LQ is rho square by 1 minus rho, which is given by 4 persons. So, this is how we try to answer the questions on the steady state performance measures. Initially, we have to decode what lambda is, how lambda and mu are given in the problem. They are either given as directly the average rates, or they could be given as in terms of the mean times, rather in the case of arrivals or in the case of departures, the service times also. So, the next question would be, calculate the percentage of time an arrival can walk straight into the barber's chair without having to wait. So, here this question says that probability of the customers in the system when there are no customers in the system is P naught, which is given by 1 minus rho. So, that is equal to 1 by 6. So, we shall continue in the next session. As a summary, what we have done today is we have derived the expected Q size when the system is non-empty. So, that was notation given by LQ dash, and we had to find the probability separately, but making use of the Pn, which is the probability of finding n customers in the system. So, we went on to see the effective arrival rate when there could be a restriction on the arrivals into the system. And then we just got started with looking into the examples on this MM1 queuing model. Thank you.